The other day, I was having a debate with somebody, and I was telling them how great One Piece is, and he refused to accept it. So I want you to break down what makes One Piece amazing for you.
First of all, whoever you was talking to was a fool. All right, One Piece is by far the greatest anime I've ever watched in my life, and I've watched Naruto. I'm an anime connoisseur, so One Piece is the greatest thing I've ever seen. But there's a multiple reasons why it is. First and foremost, the speeches on One Piece are iconic.
True.
I've never dealt with an anime show that gave me so many chills when people talk. It's the things they say. It's the little things they do. Zoro saving Luffy when Bartholomew Kuma was going to grab him and said, "Take my head, because he's going to be the Pirate King." Stuff like that. When Nami was crying to Luffy because Arlong was terrorizing her, and she was like, "Help me." I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
Me, personally, it's the subjects they cover. They cover everything. Political corruption.
Definitely.
Slavery.
Of course.
Friendship and bonds broken. Death in a family. Like, all of it gets covered in this one anime.
Don't forget freedom.
Freedom is like one of the just underlying stories of the entire thing. I literally watch it and it uplifts me. And people are stuck on the drawing style. They go, "Oh, I don't like the drawing. The drawing's weird to me." Every anime, everything has a unique, quirky look to it. You know what I mean? Some animes are hyper realistic, where you're like, "Damn, that thing was almost photo-like." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has a quirky, animated, slim waist, big boob women type thing going on. You know what I mean?
But see, my issue with that is this, though, right? Anime, and you can see this in multiple anime, especially ones that run for a very long time. The drawing style changes.
Yeah.
With new invention, with new technology, their drawing changes. At one point, people said, "Oh, I don't like the way it's drawn when it first started off." But people watch Dragon Ball Z Super now, and they went to One Piece artists to figure out how to do the fighting while moving really quickly drawing. Because their drawing looked horrible. Actually, people were complaining about how horrible their fighting drawing would look, you know what I'm saying, when it first came out.
So you're saying one of the most popular, Dragon Ball,
Yes.
had to go to One Piece to get it right.
Yes.
See, now that's crazy.
But again, One Piece changed over time. Now the drawing looks immaculate. But people won't they won't start with the bad to get to the good. If I show you video of Dragon Ball, it's horrid. The muscles look crazy. Everything it was a horrible drawing. Now it looks amazing. You gotta go with the times. It's not gonna be the way you want it to look from the very beginning because it started in the 90s. Come on, man.
That is true. And speaking of it starting in the 90s, look how long it's been running. People, if something was boring, if something wasn't good, people would just simply stop. It's been going since the 90s and still ongoing. From what I'm hearing, we got, another 4 years of the story?
Exactly. Actually, the funny thing is that I've seen, it was this thing on Instagram, whatever, where they was talking about One Piece, and I think it was from like 2008 to like 2018. It's been the highest grossing manga period, bro. And I mean over Naruto, over Bleach, over all these, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, My Hero, all these new animes come up, and it's still the highest grossing. And with no hiatus. That's another thing. As much as I love Hunter x Hunter, and Hunter x Hunter could be one of the greatest animes I've ever watched.
Classic to me.
But the guy takes too many breaks. And I'm not talking about for like a week or two. I'm talking about 5 years, 6 years. Bro, he just stops working. Oda has been working consistently for like 21, 22 years, bro.
I read that he sleeps 3 hours.
That's not legendary status. I don't know what it is.
I mean, that's some dedication to me. That's some dedication to your story, dedication to your craft.
Of course.
Can you imagine? You go, "Hey, man, I'm gonna start a story. I'm not gonna stop for decades, and I'll sleep 3 hours a day every day."
I'm sleeping 3 hours a day is outrageous. I ain't gonna lie, cuz. I mean, I like to think that I grind pretty hard. I wake up early, go sleep late. But 3 hours, I at least get 6. This man is getting 3 hours, bro. Like, how do you live off that? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the man to me has already proven with One Piece that he knows how to create a perfect story. Because not only does he have his character development is second to none. Everybody in the damn story has a full story behind him. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how far he planned ahead, because Like, you could watch a character walk by in the background, and that character, later in the story, turns out to be a powerful guy and he has like a whole story arc on how he became who he became, and how walking in that background affected his life.
Exactly.
And who writes that?
See, my thing is that, how do you do it? Like, think about how big this story is. Think about how intricate and detailed this story is.
Very.
Bro, how long did it take you? Because think about it, like, we marvel at Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And how great of a story it was. Game of Thrones was like, what, 6, 7 seasons?
Yeah, about that.
Bro,
and they ran out of gas.
They ran out of gas, especially towards the end. People were like, hey, bro, a lot of people didn't like the ending.
Yeah.
Bro, I've been watching One Piece and I still love it. I mean, there was never a lull for me, bro. And what I've heard from multiple people is that I've heard that no matter what point in One Piece, if you start watching the show, you give it 25 episodes, bro. You binge watch. From then on, it's like you can't put it down. It's like a good book, and that's amazing, bro. He's been running for what, 800-900 episodes, and people said once they get past 25, they're like, oh man, I had to watch it till that's how I caught him. I got people I know who were on vacation for 2 weeks and watched One Piece 2 weeks straight.
There's one guy I work with. I told him after he was done with Hunter, I told him watch One Piece. He goes, Ray, that's too many episodes, man. I don't got time like that. And I don't know what happened, but he just started. And next thing I know, he's coming into work every day like, Ray, it's crack. Like, he literally is like on episode 600. I think it's been like a month. He's like watching like 3, 4, 5 episodes a day. He's just cranking. Like, you know what I mean? And he's gonna catch up to me soon. And I'm like, jeez. But I know the feeling because I binge watched.
Exactly. I binge watched. And I want to tell people about One Piece. For me, I've been about One Piece, but I started watching it on Toonami. I was like, whatever, it cut off. I ain't care about it no more. And then I seen it again. I was like, man, it's like 400 episodes. I'm not watching that. And then, but I always want to know, why is it always compared to Naruto and Bleach? And I've always watched Naruto and Bleach, and they were considered the great ones. So I was like, why is it always compared? Like, it's always number 3. Why is that? So then it went to 500 episodes. I said, bro, I'm not watching it. It went to 600 episodes. I said, you know what? I'm gonna suck it up and I'm watching the beginning of it. Once I watched the beginning of it, bro, I seen why. I was showing the light. It was life changing. I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest anime I've ever seen in my life. And I binge watched till I caught up to where I was at, man.
Never have I had images stuck in my mind the way I do with One Piece. I'll be doing regular everyday work, and for some reason, me doing the work will remind me of a scene. You know what I mean? And I'm like, why is it stuck in my head like this? What did he create to make you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, when sometimes when they give me something heavy and I'm using a pallet jack and I'm dragging it, I immediately imagine Shanks pulling the giant sake. Like, and I'm like, why am I even thinking about this randomly right now?
But see, the thing that I love about it too is that you don't only fall in love with the main characters, because there's so many shows like all you care about is the main character. Like, you know what I'm saying? Naruto, the only people I heard people talk about was Naruto, Sasuke, you know what I'm saying? The main people, you know what I'm saying? Bon Clay was probably in the show for like 2 arcs, maybe.
Yeah.
And he's by far one of my favorite characters. Just because how he impacted the show, his fervor, everything about him was just amazing. And it just even when he was like, he you know what I'm saying, turned into Marjorie and let him escape. And he was like, this is how I want to go out. It was just stuff like, you're like, oh my god, he's so real.
And here's one of my favorite things, is that each character on the ship is a representation of a country.
Exactly.
We have Africa represented. We have, the main character is Brazilian. Even though people don't and some people get angry about, oh, why would they cast so-and-so as this and that and third? The writer represented every country. So if they ever make a movie, you don't have to use a Japanese or a white guy as Luffy. He's supposed to be Brazilian.
So you will go out and get a Brazilian guy.
Usopp should be black. He's African. You know what I mean? We have the French represented. We have the Americans represented, and Frankie.
We have Russia. Nico Robin.
Everybody's represented in this show. Amazing show, man.
Amazing. It's a classic. If you haven't watched it, Definitely watch it.
Definitely watch One Piece. And thank you for watching another video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, and make sure you check out my boy
Camera TV.
Till next time.